Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle Tawa from CZT Miranda Gerber. I just realized, I didn't try to pronounce it. I'm going to guess that's what it looks like. That's what we'll call it. Because I was thinking, no, it doesn't, it could look like a tower. I don't know. Anyway, but because I don't really have the story behind it. It could look like, Rapunzel's hair as she tried, tossed it down the Tawa. I love it. It doesn't matter. It's a really cool tangle. All right. This starts off with a squiggly line, like one big S shape, however you want to do it. Oh, let's see. And really, that's kind of wild. Maybe not as, we'll see how this one turns out. If you look at Miranda's step out in the description section, hers is a little, not so dramatic. So this one starts off like, in a pod. If you are familiar with that tangle, I believe that's a Zentangle original tangle. And it starts off like this, the first two steps actually. So the second step, and I have trouble starting the second step sometimes. What I find is easy because we're going to do, squiggle, big S shape, right? Going the opposite direction. So I'll use I guess this would kind of go like this and just find a crossing point to start and then just go. Like that. All right. Now, in my version of the step out, I decided to give you a suggested starting point for what Miranda has as the next, because I don't know. I think these things and I'm like, how do I go about this? So here is a thought, and I did put a little note and I called it 3A, and just, this is a suggestion. And I'm going to start on a full one here. You could just kind of do a little bit of a wavy line or something in the center. And then either way you want to go, what I started doing was just kind of going from either side, and we're coming from this point and going back, and to that point on all of these. Okay. Well, let's just finish that one. All right. Well, that was interesting. And it doesn't matter. And we're going to do the other side because we're just filling it all in. And in the end, it doesn't matter. Okay. Even if you have a little gap, it's okay. It's okay. This is me talking to me. All right. And so that's one way. The other way, if you didn't want to do that, or, you know what? Oh, let me do an intermediary. Okay, so say you want to do this just because it kind of gives you, here's the middle. Then, and I actually found that this way I liked a little bit better, and that was to, kind of aura-ing the overall shape, right? And as you go, it kind of gets thinner, right? And then we'll flip and do the other side. Like that. And as long as you make this kind of wiggly in the center, it ends up blending in. And it's kind of whimsical in nature anyway, so it doesn't matter. Now, you could just skip that altogether and just, we'll start whatever way is easiest for you. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. Because see, kind of naturally, like this, it evens out-ish. And then you have to flip it the other direction. And in these kind of things, I always just had the roughest time doing that. And actually, I'm going to jump. I do like doing from the outside and getting that contour. Now, I should flip the tile because that would make my hand feel a lot more comfortable. But see, can you tell that, if you weren't watching and I said all three of these were done a little bit differently with a different approach, you go, yeah, well, they all look kind of the same. And that's the point. I do, and we'll do these end ones. I like to give multiple ways to do it because we all work differently. We all think differently. And I like to just offer different opportunities because what works for one person might not work for another person. That's just how I roll, quite frankly. I do that with I teach private music lessons, woodwinds. And I do that. I was going, oh, that one didn't work. Oh, wait, here, it's like I feel like I have a quiver on my back. All right, let me pull out another one. Let's see if that one works. And, it, like I said, it's how I roll. Okay. So there we have that. Now, if you take a look at the For More Inspiration link. For just that, more inspiration, Miranda has some really neat samples there. Just to give you ideas on ways you could use it outside of you can see that it is a, go along a border or a string line. Now, to finish it off, she puts a big orb, like so. And you want to make sure to leave room, because you see how all of these, regardless of how they ended up, kind of have a gap. So, and you could do this either way. And she did leave a shine right about there, right where it's open. Now, of course, you could go back with a white gel pen, or, a white substance of, because there is, what is it called? It's Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White, which I have some and I have not messed with it yet. I am anxious to try it. Well, yeah, I'm real anxious. I've had it for a while. I really need to give it a try because it apparently, as the title suggests, doesn't bleed through. And usually what ends up happening, and I mentioned this when for the reason that I like to leave that little open spot there, is so that way the gel pen is not having to compete with the pen color, and a lot of times, and if you use the gel pen, you notice that when you're using it with even colored pencils or anything, the color, that pigment sometimes bleeds into the white. Not that that's bad, because it kind of looks cool, but if you want, a brilliant white, I have it on really good authority that it works well. Next on my things to try, although I have several. All right. And you see how it looks really neat. Now, you could, like I said, you could do, this would be hard to do something on the other side, unless you want to do another, I don't know, you might be able to get a little sliver of something. I don't know, play with it. Have fun. But look at how neat it looks now. Before it was like, okay, well, yeah, it's kind of, we'll see. And, adding these orbs, it just helps out a lot. And then, here's the other thing. Because you don't know, nobody knows. Let me fix this a little bit. There. Now I feel better. That one was a bit wonky. Ooh, and let's do this because it does look like it's tying there. So let's do a partial orb. That's my little shine thing right there. Voila! I love Zentangle. Oh my gosh. It's just so much fun. And especially for somebody, and I'm going to fix this too because that little bump is bothering me ever so carefully. There we go. It's just so nice because you can fix things and it doesn't matter. Just, or just leave it. Either way, it's up to you. Now, you can add some shading with this. Sorry, I do get rather excited when it comes to things that kind of look a little like a hot mess, and then all of a sudden, oh, look at that. It's magic, because it is. All right. Well, I did my orbs a lot bigger than Miranda did, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to put some graphite just around the edges. Because I'm like, why are hers, why is it smaller coming in and out of those orbs? Oh, well, more like this. But you're saying it, I can hear you. It doesn't really matter. Okay, next time I'm going to say it with me. That's our mantra. Okay, wait. I should have put the graphite in kind of as I went, because I think it's so magical to see how this one is a little bit dark, but it's still okay. But just to see that magic happen and watch it kind of become something else. I'm going to do this one here. I do like to do, as much as I can, have the tip of the pencil or the tortillon on, on where the graphite is, on the line that I don't want to go over. And then I do something like that. Sometimes I break my own rules. And I just like to feather it out a little bit just so I have some seemingly bits of, so it's a kind of gradient, not where I have a hard line, whereas this one right here. And you can always go back and add. If you're nervous about adding graphite or going too dark, just do a little bit. Spread it out, and then you can always add a little bit more, and just maybe don't bring it out so much. Just, merge in. So like, for instance, where am I going? Here. I have to put my finger here. It's like while I'm looking, because it's like, wait, sometimes it's a little mirrored. So I'm putting a little bit more graphite right around there, and you can see it. So then it's just, okay, let's just swirl it around a little bit and see how it blends right in. But it keeps the concentration of darkness where I want it. So, do it little by little. It's all good. And the more, we call it drama, right? So the more contrast is the better word. The more contrast, the more drama. So there you go. And so just by having it darker right on that edge, and see there I had a little gap. So that wasn't selling it. But you can see how it just, I don't know. It just is magical. So fun. So what a neat tangle, just to, and to be able to play with, but just neat to have that added on to the border or string line tangles. And then too, again, take a look at the For More Inspiration link, because you can see how she used it. And she did a monotangle where, this is kind of, had it coming out of the center, and just really, really neat. And because here's a thought. As I did that line, like in the center of these, you could, and so you could do it with pencil first, like a proper string line would be in pencil, right? But you could do it in ink, and then your the first two steps, you would just, have it crossing over that. Actually, that even might help, where you could find your points, to crisscross. And then you have that middle line kind of already built in. Just a thought. And then, you could have it go whatever direction that you want it to go. And how fun. All right. So if you enjoyed it, hope you did. Would love it if you click on, I can't move this. Click on the like button if you liked it enough to see more. Would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I've mentioned the description section. I always do my own version of the step outs, and then link to the creator of the tangle, so you'll find those. And then below that, my link tree, you will find, it's a link. And there you'll have all of the ways to connect with me if you wish. So there are links to, and some of the links are icons, just to point out. The ones that didn't fit in that criteria are below that. So I think in the icons you have my Facebook page, where you can follow me there for classes and other fun things. Let's see, the other social media, which unfortunately I'm not on a whole lot, but it's there, and I need to make time and, get in a routine of making sure to post. I do, I'll see notices, like if I'm tagged, and I try to go and, and like things, and every once in a while I'm gonna go on my own and just explore and see what everybody's doing, and, and give out hearts and all that kind of stuff, and comments, because it's so fun. So you'll see those. And then also below that, so in the big links, link to our amazing Tangle Addicts community Facebook group. So if you would like to hang out with a bunch of amazing tanglers, so much fun, so supportive, just a beautiful community of people. They're just amazing. Then, come and join us. There are 4 questions you have to answer in order to gain entry, just so you're aware. I forgot what else is there. Oh, wait, other ways that, other places I post classes. I do teach twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, my time, in Michigan. And 11 o'clock a.m., 7 o'clock p.m. are the starting times. I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays are always free. And then Tuesdays only on the 3rd Tuesday, that is free. The other ones are either paid, have a fee, or the first Tuesday is always a club member exclusive. And there is a link for information on the Tangle Addicts membership club if you are interested. All right. I think that's it. So with that, thank you so much again for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.